Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. So on the ETH chart, we have continued to push higher. Not since the last update though. So I shared with you a possible micro count here on the ETH chart. So far, this is continuing to play out. I explained to you that we might see another extension higher, especially as long as we're holding above 1995. ETH might put in another extension in wave 5 of 3. That last extension that we saw yesterday just indicates that this fifth wave is here very much extending. There are other ways how to count the micro. I might experiment with a little bit, with a few of them, but it doesn't really change much. Okay, so it doesn't really change much. The idea was that if we measure the length of this smaller third wave here, 1995 is the 50% retracement level of this move to the upside. And I can show that to you. And that is typically an indication of when the trend breaks. So that means if we break below that 50% retracement level, it would indicate that this third wave is not extending any longer, but instead that we have put a top in place in this third and that we're already in the fourth wave with one more high to come still. So we are still focusing on higher for Ethereum, but it means that it might start to get a deep pullback soon, with the support being between 1769 and 1995. So it's just literally a question of, okay, how deep do we go? At the moment, it looks as if we are getting one more extension. At least any further rally above 1995 would be counted as part of wave 3. That means in any wave 4 pullback, after any wave 4 pullback, we should still watch for another fifth wave to the upside. Alternatively, this all could already be the fifth wave, but that's nothing I'm primarily watching for, but it is definitely a possible alternative. But I think over the last few days, this has become a little less likely given that strong extension here that just typically would rather fit into a wave 3 wave structure instead of a wave 5. So in a wave 5, we typically normally see a little bit of overlapping price action, slow price action, because the cycle gets towards the end. After the 5 waves, we would be watching for a 3-wave pullback, basically, a deeper pullback. Basically, this 5-wave move would complete a wave 1, and we are watching for the wave 2 pullback afterwards. But for now, the trend is up. There is no sign at the moment that this deeper wave 4 has actually started, and therefore I am still watching if we can get another extension. Next key resistance is 2150. We nearly touched it yesterday. That is the key breakout point. Basically, it is the 2023 high. You can see the green line here. Ether has, I think, not yet made a new 2023 high. Nearly. By any break above 2001, well, it's actually 2143 roughly. Okay, so if we get a sustained break above it, we will have a possible breakout in a third wave rally already more directly. But yeah. Either way, this is just a level I wanted to highlight. Structurally, from a wave count point of view, we should still work on this wave 1, to be honest. Yeah? And besides, nothing else has changed. If we take a look at some of the indicators, I mean, let's zoom in a little bit. Looking at some of the indicators, we have also here on the 4-hour chart especially only just had the highest reading. And if you know about how the indicators work with Elliott Wave, we have an educational session for that in our membership. Then just to give you an idea, a third of a third wave is typically the highest reading. Okay, and this is in this section here, since this wave 3 began, this is the highest reading on the RSI on the 4-hour. That rather indicates, yeah, you know, we are in a third of a third, basically. Whereas the fifth of the third would normally show bearish divergences. So that, at the moment at least, would rather add to my idea that we are still in a third. Looking at the daily chart, similar story. We're within a third, the highest reading. Okay, so we had that on the daily, very much overbought, but you know that overbought readings don't really mean much, in my opinion, in crypto. It just means that we can be embedded in this overbought region for a while, so it can start to build divergences while still going higher. So yeah, not much more to add. I think that's my latest update on ETH. I hope you will like the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.